Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bro Talk. I am one of your hosts, Kareem, and also we have my brother bRho, and then we have Isaac who will be jumping on in a few. And so, and Brew, hopefully he'll jump on today. I know we're just getting off the holiday, but what's going on to the people that are here? If this is your first time here with Bro Talk, on this show we talk about manhood, brotherhood, fatherhood, and everything that's in between. So we also are reading the comments while we're having the conversation. So feel free to shoot us a comment, ask us a question, and we'll be sure to go through or answer that, for you. But first things first, like we always do, we like to do a quick check-in because we are dads, so we are constantly moving. We're husbands. We somebody's brother, cousin, uncle, all those things. So there's a lot that goes on in our lives. But just wanted to check in real quick. B, how's life treating you, bro?
Man, life is good, man. It's we are in 2026.
We're here, bro. We're here.
So it's man, and I know we say that, we say that every new year, but it's you don't take I don't ever take it for granted. You know what I mean? I think that's
We
one of the keys.
can't.
That's one of
Yeah.
my life keys is to be intentional about not taking things for granted. Like we take the little things, Um, Kirk Franklin said in a song one time, he said, "You take, you take health for granted until it's your health." You know what I mean?
Man, ain't that the truth, bro?
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
So you know what I mean? Life is special that way. So we can we can get so into a routine or be so just unconsciously doing things that we forget. Man, there's people who think about it, right? Man, I was gonna say before a shout out later, but I definitely want to recognize, man, and Bishop Jerry McCullough, you know,
Yeah.
who's transitioned, you know what I mean, and you know, again, this right before the new year, going into the new year, you know what I mean. There are people who did not make it to see 26, and so I don't take for granted that we're here and that we're blessed to be here, and so I'm excited to for all the things that this new year has in store for us. What's up, bro? Isaac.
What's going on, gentlemen? How's everything?
Good. How about
Everything is
you?
well.
Good. Trying to navigate, my 12 kids. You know how that be sometimes.
Yo, do you have on a Wilson Wildcat hoodie?
You already know.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. Had to show a little school spirit, man.
All right,
I know
man.
we can't be talking Gage Chai Lai and
I'm
Edison all
saying
the
y'all
time. So
y'all go to a city school, y'all want to rep it every day. You want to I'm saying I could
It,
rep my school too.
um,
you
Kareem.
can. It's a choice, Just
Like
like
yo,
everybody don't make the right choice in life. Oh, yo, by the way, shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi on their founding
Yo, wait a
today.
minute. You know what?
Stop, stop it, Green.
Yeah, I'm
Stop
gonna leave that alone.
it.
Shout out to the brothers. Shout
yo,
out to the
Sorry,
brothers.
my segue wasn't that great, but
Nah, man, come on now.
shout out to everybody in the KK side, man. Y'all
yeah,
doing your
man.
thing, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
listen, we got so shout out to Vince Felder,
Yes.
uh,
Brother
Matt
Vince.
Staff,
Yes.
Tyler Gibson. You know what I mean?
Those are good brothers right there for real.
Yeah,
Like them brothers is
some good
doing
brothers.
things.
Good news, man.
Good news for sure.
Oh yeah, Chris. Good
Yeah.
news. Man, Mr. Jason, Muhammad.
Yep.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, so shout out to some good brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I want to shout them out, man. Please forgive Isaac and his segue. He just, didn't use the right choice of words, but shout out
Listen,
to you,
we,
brother.
we
Hey,
we're involved. We're involved. We're involved.
Yes, we are. We are.
it's all love, man. Like y'all know I joke, and if I don't joke with you, I don't like it. So.
Problem. Yeah. I
This is
get it.
the truth.
So
Yeah,
shout out
that
to
is
K
the truth.
side, man.
This
That
is
is
the truth.
that is the truth. Now, if you wear them brown and gold letters, then that might be a different story. But I'm talking about the UPS, man, y'all. Come on. UPS.
Yo, what can Brown do for you for real? Like this is where we going. Yo, listen, man. It's a family show.
Yes.
Shout out to the the brothers at Cap Outside. Oh man, I can't do that. I can't, man. My brother Rashard, man. I can't forget about him, man.
Yes, good brother.
Man,
Yeah,
KJ
went to daycare with his kids. Yeah.
That's my guy, man. Love that
good brother right there.
Yeah,
and the coach from at Monroe. I can't remember his name right now, but shout out to him as well. It's good brother.
Coach Noop. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Who?
Noop. Coach Noop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, shout out to Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
Smoking Norfolk.
Are you Googling famous Kappas now?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, you knew that.
Yeah, I knew that. What's his name? Ryan Clark.
Yeah, nah. We like much love to all of them, but if I don't know you,
it's not today.
If I don't know you, that's what I mean. Personally, like,
yo, I even got some red juice in my cup, man. So
nice. All right, you got ice in there?
Nah.
They drinking straight today.
It's not that cold, man. You know what I
mean? Ike, man, what's going on with you, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. I can say it again. It's another Monday, man. I missed y'all last week. Took a quick break, and this last couple weeks have been, kind of jam-packed with stuff going on with the family. Obviously, the holidays. Just had Christmas, and then day after Christmas, we drove down to New York. I was there for a couple days, with Ezra and her fam, and then I flew back to work for a little bit that week, and then New Year's Eve. After New Year's Eve, I flew back down to New York, and we were down there. And my second oldest baby girl's birthday, Ava, was on the 3rd. So yeah, we got a chance to celebrate with her. And if you want some of the highlights, you can check out my Facebook, Instagram. We had a really good time down there, and she wanted to do the New York City experience. So she asked to go on the train and then go down to Times Square.
No, were they breakdancing on the train?
Nah, so I guess we got on the wrong train. We supposed to get on that's the L train. We got on the L train, they dancing. The one we got on, the ACE or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Nah, there wasn't no steppers. But they did have, one dude that just kind of had his bike on there, and you could tell that was his spot. I don't know how long he's been on that train, but we got on with about
that brother probably staying warm.
Kids. Yeah, we got on with about 10 to 12 kids, and he playing every song that has every other word with profanity on it. So, and I'm like,
it's not family friendly, huh?
Me being me, I'm like, yo, whose playlist is this?
My playlist.
He ain't say that. Well, yeah, so it's always interesting being down there. We kind of had a chance to kind of get that tourist experience in New York a little bit, but it was cold. So we were walking around, and we ended up going to Applebee's. He wanted to go to Applebee's, so we did that in Times Square, and that was a mistake because
you paid
inflated prices there, but it was a hefty bill. I'll say that.
For baby girl though.
Yeah, of course. So that was cool. We went there, and then
I would have tried to get a coupon or something, man.
Man, I should have started Googling something. You know what I mean? But and then she wanted to go to Sephora, so we looked it up. It was a couple blocks away, so we walked over to Sephora, and outside of Sephora, they had people doing their little hustle, and it looked like a brother duo. They was there and doing flips over kids or whatever. So I guess that's how they start the show. They pick a little kid out the crowd, and then they do a quick flip over him. And then after that, they start bringing in, we need some more volunteers. So they start bringing in all these tall dudes to come in, and they hyping everybody up and saying, okay, we're going to jump over you and you and you. And they start making a few jokes, and then they take out their bag and they ask for donations. So they went around, got their donations. And then part two of that, the individuals, the guys that they had there, they, were trying to get them to donate as well too. One dude ended up giving them like $100, right? So Toya, you like Sephora too? Yeah, y'all can definitely hang out there, but she gonna have to take her own money. Just her birthday's over, so she gonna take her own money.
Yo, I made my daughter spend her own money too.
Yeah, and I would love my kids to spend their own money, but that money's for them to save, in their mind. So that's just how it is. But they ran a nice scheme. I'll just leave it at that. They probably ended up making about
a nice scheme. Y'all heard that, right?
They made a good $600 just in that one sitting. So they said they were going to
split it with like 6 people.
What they did was they jumped over 6
New York
people.
City is a living, breathing hustle.
He jumped over 6 people, but what he did is he had them cross their arms, bend down, and then they sit back to back. And then, so basically, he jumped a foot off the ground and did a cartwheel over their backs. So after that happened, man, you can hear like the emotion going out of the crowd, like yeah, like oh man,
we got back.
Yeah, it was over. So we watched that. Everybody just like everybody walked away. We went to Sephora for what seemed to be an eternity. Toya, you definitely would have had a good time in there because we was in there for a long time. It was probably really like 20 minutes, but it seemed like 3.5 hours.
Dad time is like an hour.
Yeah, but by the time we came back out, guess what they was doing again?
Don't tell me they was flipping.
Crowd.
Got a whole nother hustle.
Yeah, doing the same exact thing over again, man. So, they probably make a good living, man, doing that each and every day, There's definitely a lot of people going through, but we had a good time. Right next to that, I think were those red stairs that you see with everybody doing their TikTok dances on in New York. So we went and took a couple pictures there, and then like you like saying right now, we saw the guy, right? So whoever the guy is that does the TikTok dances there, he was there doing.
The guy with the suit on, the white dude.
Nah, it was some light skinned Black kid that I guess is popular amongst the age group. Oh, he's on YouTube. My bad. So we on YouTube too. Like so.
See how they corrected you, right?
Yeah. So we did that, and we walked around, and then we took this journey to go find the tree. If anyone is familiar with New York City, I guess you know the tree on Rockefeller Center. Yeah. On the walk there, we saw a Christmas tree, and I thought that was it, but that wasn't the tree. And I wish it was the tree because it was cold and I was ready to go. But we had a few more blocks to go, so we kept venturing on, and then we got to Rockefeller Center, and we saw the tree, and we left right after that. It was very lackluster.
Was it at least lit up?
It had lights.
That sounded like they wasn't on.
It wasn't nice. I mean, we could have stopped at the first tree and been like, "Oh yeah, that's." And I think the first tree was decorated a lot better than that tree. So, but no, it was cool. It was a good time. Next time we go, we're gonna have to go for somebody's birthday, like Eli's in the spring or something like that. Because, man, them New York City blocks with them tall buildings, they're just like straight wind tunnels, and it was cold. So,
I don't know why. I don't know why I just thought about this, but I be thinking about a lot of things. So remember that Dave Chappelle episode where he was acting like a famous producer, and he was telling them to go get him a cheesecake, and he had to go across the way to go get it. I don't know why I just thought about that, but I was just laughing to myself. Like, why did I just think about that?
So funny enough, in the actual Making the Band episode, they were in Manhattan, had to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge to get to.
That Brooklyn Bridge ain't short. I
Not
walked it
and
before. It ain't
and
short.
and not for nothing. Like, yo, the cars just be flying. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's not a walk you want to take.
Yeah.
Listen, if you want to be a star, man, you got to take that walk, man. You got to take that journey.
That walk
Do
it had
anything
none,
to make
that
it,
walk that
man.
had nothing to do with music at all.
Listen,
Listen, hindsight is 2020, man. I bet
Yeah.
if they knew what they knew now, they wouldn't have took that walk. They would have wanted to get cut in the first round, man. But
I think they did know what they know now, but
nah, man.
that's
Listen,
just
you
me.
you be surprised for to live your dream. People will they'll compromise a lot of things.
Yeah,
Do
that's what
things that
happens in the
you
music
never
industry a
do
lot.
because again, you feel like I'm right at
Yep,
the threshold of
close.
stardom and dreams and all that. People will do it.
Yep, they'll give things up to sacrifice and all
Yeah,
for the.
you just gonna pick whatever words, huh? You just gonna
I did. I
you
just
not
said
gonna
sacrifice.
nah. You just said give certain things up. You know what you said. This this man,
All right, what's the
hey, did
family
he
show?
did he have to sacrifice too, man? You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
Harrell was. Never mind.
oh
All right,
man.
what else we got
So,
going on?
well,
yeah, because we ended up down a rabbit hole,
yeah, we have down a
and I
rabbit.
and I and, and please, yes, I want to get back. I want to get back to Kansas.
Okay. So everybody that's watching so far, again, if you're here for the first time, this show we talk about manhood, brotherhood, fatherhood, and everything in between. And we also look at the comments as well. So if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free to use the comment section for that. But today, we're gonna talk about something that I'm pretty excited about, or was excited about, or is excited about. That's my first day back to work, and
Back at it.
back back. I wore a suit today and everything. I don't got it on because I just got done working out not too long ago. But today, man, woke up like 5:30 in the morning. Took my daughter to the bus stop. Got my son up. Got ready, and I was out the door, man, by 8 a.m. to get to the office. I wanted to get there a little bit earlier just to kind of settle in and everything like that. So when I got there, I was met with I had some cards that were waiting for me, and it was also a gift as well. So that was nice. Just kind of getting acclimated. Because of the medication that I take, I had to use the restroom like 4 or 5 times. So I was trying not to drink water, well, a lot of water, but it didn't matter. But it was good to be back. I was there when it was quiet, so I had time to reflect and really just thank God, that I was in this position to be here and be back. And a lot of things have changed. So just easing right into it. But I think this is even a bigger conversation, be like we were saying before we all got on, is that, everybody is transitioning into the new year. At and people are also wanting to either maintain good habits that they're doing or start new habits that can be beneficial for them. So, one of the habits that I'm starting is that it's something very small. And if anybody read the book Atomic Habits, I know B you talk about it um a lot when we get together. But for me, it's just dressing up a notch. Like I was coming in with some khaki pants and like a polo shirt, but I wasn't really because I weighed 50 more pounds at the time. I wasn't all the way confident, in my clothing. So, but now I feel super confident in my clothing. Things are fitting the way that I like them to fit. And so I'm like, hey, let me go ahead and dress up a little bit more. So that's why I wore a suit today. But that's like one of the things that I'm doing for the new year is that I'm just, taking a little bit extra care, not only just my body, but just also in my appearance as well. And if you don't know, I wrote a book almost a decade ago now called The Gentleman's Guide. So if you don't have it, check it out. It's on Amazon at a good price. But yeah, so brothers, like
At a good price.
good price.
$58.99.
That's it. Oh yeah, actually $58.98. You gotta do Walmart pricing.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Roll back.
But so yeah, like how was the transition for you guys going back to work? So you coming from a vacation, and then you're like coming back. This is like the third, fourth year in a row that you said you went to New York, flew back here, then flew back down there, and then drove back.
Yo, I'll start off by saying shout out to everybody in New York. And then I'm gonna follow that up with, man, you know I hate New York City. I love going down there and spending time with as in the family, man. It's always a good time to to be around them, as well. But I had to come back up because I was actually in the office last week as well too. So so one of the things I definitely want to say is that when it is quiet and most people are on vacation,
man,
that is like the best time to be in the office because
yeah,
I was able to not just kind of clean up my office, but I write when people come in my office and say, "Oh, can you da 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 da," or "You need to do this," or I'm trying to work on something and I have to stop it because I'm doing something else, in response to something that's happening. I write it on a Post-it note, and on December 15th. I probably had about 25 Post-it notes still sitting on my desk with things that I needed to get through and get done. So I'm glad I'm able to say that I was actually able to get through all of that, like get it cleared off, get those tasks finished up. And I knew that, that was going to be the best time for me to do it while it was going to be quiet around the office. So, so that's why I, kind of, came back and went back and forth, to work a little bit and then went back down to New York. But yeah, I think getting back into the whole rhythm and routine is not always an easy thing to do. We got off the road. We would have been back a little earlier, but when you got kids, they tell you stuff at the last minute, and Ava needed some snow pants. And of course, this time of year, nobody has snow pants, and it's a Sunday, and we didn't get back until 6 o'clock. So we stopped at probably about 5 stores in between Victor and Hudson Avenue Walmart. You're scribbling this game if you go to Hudson Avenue Walmart. You know what I mean? So that was the last stop.
You were desperate.
Yeah, desperate is the right word. Desperate.
And they ain't have it either. So that's how bad it was. But just trying to get that together and then getting everybody home, unpacking the car, shoveling the driveway, from being gone a few days, and then trying to get everybody ready for bed and up at 6 o'clock in the morning, for the first one to get on the bus. So it's never an easy thing, but I gotta shout out my kids. Definitely, they were tired this morning, but they got up and they made it happen. So. I'll just say it's kind of like an all hands on deck type thing. Ezra had to work early in the morning, so I had to get up a little earlier than I ever want to. But we all make those sacrifices to make it happen.
Yo, I had this song in my head. Was it Donnie McClurkin? Kirkland?
He got up so I can get up again.
Come on now, son. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, thoughts have wings because it was when he said I had to get up. I said he got up so I can get up again.
Come on, that's it right there. So did you have something else you want to say about that?
Just amen.
Hey, amen. So be it. So B, what about you, man? When it comes to transitioning back and then just. I know you got certain things that you've been doing for a while now, and I'm sure you want to keep up.
So I actually, I live by like to-do lists, and then and one of the things that I've been doing like really recently is how can I enhance and make my to-do list even more kind of efficient or enhanced in a way that allows me to be that much more productive and efficient. So and even useful because with my son, my oldest, I've been like working with him, setting goals, vision boarding and things like that. So Satoya had the boys do some goals, and Bam was already working on a school project where they were doing a vision board. So we sat down and we really looked at um, the vision board, like the goals that he set. And so like kind of really showing him and taking him through the process of what's the difference between an idea or something that you want to do and a goal, right? Because like he was saying, I want to get better at football. And just as one instance. And I said, okay, well, that's a great idea, but in order for that to now be a goal, what are the specific things that you want to work on? Because to say you want to get better at football, I guess you could say, I want to throw for, I want to have a better game than I had last year or something like that, and maybe that checks the box, maybe it doesn't. So how do you really hone in or lock in on making that a better goal? So I my to-do list would just say to do at the top, and then I would write down maybe today's date, and I would just kind of just write down a list of things that I needed or was looking to accomplish in a given day or in a whatever time period. So that week, that day, or etc. So, but I've like kind of looked at a bunch of different kinds of to organization lists and to-do lists and how to prioritize. And so I combined a few things and really kind of came up with one of my own to really be able to lock in on being that much more productive and maximizing my productivity throughout the day. And that's really what I've been focused on is so now my to-do list includes or incorporates if anyone's familiar with the Eisenhower matrix. So the Eisenhower matrix, President Eisenhower had a matrix, what he called a matrix to kind of prioritize project management or task delegation in order for him to be, most efficient or productive in his role as president, right? And he organized his to-do list basically by priority, urgency, and importance. So if something was urgent and important, he did it now. If it was urgent but not important, then he delegated, and so on and so forth. So I've kind of incorporated those aspects of his matrix in my to-do list, as well as kind of what is the follow-up that I need to do, and where am I at in the process of it, so is it in progress or is it completed? So, and do I need to call back? Is it an email? Is it a Teams message or a text? So what is the response that I need to focus on or lock in on to do that? So that's kind of what I've been locking in on as the new year started and transitioning back to really increase my productivity. And I have a block scheduler now. I made a block scheduler for myself. So from 5 a.m. to midnight, and I'm calling midnight kind of my lights out point, you know what I mean? So that way I can again, make sure I'm getting the proper rest that I need to get up in the morning and again be productive to maximize those hours and saying, okay, what am I doing when I get up in the morning? What do I want to do at that time? How do I delegate or assign tasks to that time so that way I'm not just absent-mindedly doing things, and then the next thing I know I look up and I've got to do things to do, but I was pushing that time off to do those things, but now I can really effectively and efficiently move through my day.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I struggled with before I went out, is that because there was so much to do, and then you know what happens when you're a good employee, right? They give you more stuff to do, and then you have to figure out, okay, can I delegate some of these things? Does this require me to do it specifically? Can I give it to somebody else? When do they need it? So yeah, and I just looked up the Eisenhower matrix. I actually put it in the um Facebook comments. So if anybody wants to see a picture of that. I got that in there. And when you said the Matrix, I was like, nah. But then I saw it. I was like, yeah, I've seen this before. That this seemed very Brockish. Having a Matrix, because I remember him talking to me about it years ago, but before Chat GPT, where I got it. But anyway, um, so I guess the question now is, what? So B, you actually offered something that people can use is the Eisenhower method. Is there any other methods like Isaac? Do you use anything specific? You said post-it notes. You use post-it notes, but is there a system for that post-it note, or is it just your system that you just put together?
Nah, I think that's just my system. Post-it notes are just for those quick reminders that I have.
Mm.
For me, I really try to keep things on a schedule. I tell Ezra all the time, man. Like she was good for like letting me know that Zoe has a gymnastics competition on Saturday, and I'm like, I guess I'll get to it on Friday. I mean, tell me again on Friday because I'm not gonna remember you telling me this, a week in advance. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like if it's not in my calendar, it's probably not gonna happen. And if it does happen, it's because someone reminded me and I didn't feel it with something else. You know what I mean? So yeah, for me, that's really how I keep things straight in life. Life and the work calendars, they're not different. Like, they have to be the same because, with having having the kids, it's like their life doesn't not happen when I'm at work, right? Um, there's always a play that's coming up, at school that's going to be happening during work hours or some other event, or they have to get to school to go and work in the coffee shop in the morning. And there's another one that is, doing chorus at the same time, and they're not going to make it if it's not part of my schedule in my calendar. So for me, it's just trying to keep that as detailed as possible. And if it's not on there, it's just really probably not going to happen, man.
I used to wonder why people would put their business and personal life all in one calendar. And I was like, yeah, don't they separate business from personal? But then as I got older and matured as a leader, I realized why they do that. Because everything
Centralized.
is, yeah, you gotta plan your life. When
If
we
you
live
gotta look,
life, we
if
say,
you gotta go through three or four different calendars or schedulers in
yeah,
order to, like find all the things. One, what you end up doing is you'll end up double booking yourself too, because
yeah,
you'll be looking at the work calendar because it's work related, and you'll plan something, and someone will say, "Oh, do you have this block of time free?" And you'll plug it in because it's the work calendar. But meanwhile, in your personal or your life calendar, you got that time blocked out for something else. You know what I mean? So
yep. That was me for tomorrow. I
yeah, I actually just kind of in our bro talk chat, our messenger chat, I,
just seen it.
yeah, I shared kind of, you know what I mean, um, kind of just a snippet of what, what those two tools look like. What, again, the block schedule is really basic. Is just what's the date, time, and activity, and then the to-do list is, you know what I mean, you see kind of a lot more. It's a lot more detailed, so that way, again, when I get through, if I feel like um everyone's heard this saying before, but I think, most people don't really understand it until you get to certain, phases or points in life. Is people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan.
That's
And
really Robinson's thing, man. He got a whole saying about that. Oh,
Honcho.
yes. Shout out to brother Hancho.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. But you really understand it when you start to get in certain points in life, man. Um, if you really want to be productive and maximize, the time. We all get 24 hours, you know, and you say, well, why is this person able to get so much more done? It's because they're not casual about that time. They're really intentional about taking that time and being productive with it and how to be productive with it. One of my things, one of kind of my mantras, and I've been talking with Bam a lot about it since the start of the new year, is mastering your morning. If you master your morning, that puts you on the trajectory of a super productive day. But
Yeah.
mastering your morning.
I mean, mastering your morning, I know for us, man, it starts with prayer. It's like first thing, man, thank God, I'm up, I'm healthy, and take that time to like pray and meditate and just really get yourself centered and ready for the day, because there's times when I don't do that and I just start going, I feel like I'm just running constantly, just running. And then I haven't took the time to just kind of say, all right, hold on. Before I do anything for the day, let me, try to get myself together first before. It's kind of like, I don't, have you ever had your dad come home and then for like the first 30 minutes, he just like, listen, just give me a minute. I just got home. Let me just get a minute, make me a sandwich.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Sometimes, man, like I don't need that when I walk in the house because I've already sat in the driveway for 10 to 15 minutes.
yo, that's real.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
a lot of people do
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like I will, I will pull up, and as I'm backing up in the driveway, if I look to the right and I can actually see in my dining room,
Yeah.
and I see kids not standing by the door, but like at the dining room table or something, I'm like, yeah, let me chill for a minute. Ain't that right now? I'll be there in a second.
But what's I think about it, and there's it's so interesting because I think there's a number of ways like people might take it, right, and you know what I mean. But here's what I think is a key kind of takeaway from that is it allows you to really say, okay, I'm transitioning from whatever happened at work and during the day away from this house. This moment allows me to decompress, release, you know what I mean, and go into the house, in the form and in the in the space and capacity that my family needs me to be in and deserves me to be in order for them to get the most out of me. And that's actually one of the reasons why I really I mean a lot of the things that I kind of over the last year I've tweaked have been for the purpose of not giving my family what's left of me after work. You know what I mean? Like our family gets what's left of you, and sometimes it ain't much. You know what I mean? Depending on the kind of day you have. And I'm like, man, if I change certain habits and things that allow me to be have a lot more energy throughout the day in general, like my diet, my activity level, you know what I mean, the amount of fitness that I'm investing in my body. If I'm intentional about that, then when I get home, I have a lot more energy to give them, and I'm not so drained, and I'm not, as again when you exhausted, you irritable, you know what I mean, like just all the things, right? And so I wanted them to get, not what was left of me.
I try not. Yeah.
And I would say real quick, Kareem, I think the alternate of that is true as well too. Like there's some days that I just had a rough day at work as well too, and I'm rushing to get home because like I said, when I said I was backing up and looking in, because if they're standing by the door, I know that they're standing there, to give me my hug when I walk in the door, right? And that's one of the things that I always look forward to as well. You know what I mean? So depending on the day that I had, like some days it's just a rough day and I need to decompress and get ready for the next part. And then some days it's like I'm rushing out of the office to get home to for those hugs and that embrace. So it's it really depends. It really depends.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. And I look forward to that too. I've even had the kids walk outside and come to the door like, "Daddy, you coming inside?" So I mean, I've had that before when they were younger. Now they just be like, "Oh, Dad's home." Nah, they don't treat me like that.
Downstairs, he back.
He downstairs, yeah. But
him downstairs.
downstairs. For the younger generation, y'all might not know what that means.
Shout out to Birdie Mac, the late great.
Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Yes, the late great. I gotta watch Mr. 2000 now or 3000. I gotta
Yeah,
watch Mr. 3000 now.
3000.
But for spouses though, I'm just gonna say like, hey, give your spouse a minute. If they're just getting in, give them time to transition into the house. Um, that's great. Yo, what's so funny, man?
Just hey sis, Brandy.
This ain't even about her, man.
He just said give him a minute. Give him a minute. Give him a minute. He tried to come in, give him a moment. Because
But
that's all I heard.
that's all you heard. That's all
That's
you
all
heard.
I heard.
Wow.
I understand what you're saying. You're talking to the people. Like Kareem,
Yes, talking to the people.
this is
Man.
a show for the
Yeah.
people. He's talking to
The
the
people.
See, I was trying to stir this pot, man.
people.
Yo, where Brew at, man? When we need him, where he at? Yo, Brew back? Or you still in
I don't
Africa?
think so.
Oh, yo, he
Yeah, I
been in
think
Africa for a minute, man. He probably trying to stay there.
Man, listen, I don't wait. Listen, I'll stay too.
He probably got. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that on TV.
Man,
I was about to say on TV.
Shout out to Brew on the pictures though. Like he
Yeah,
man, listen, saw his beautiful baby girl.
yeah, man. She's
And
growing.
to see the smile on his face, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's over there smiling and enjoying.
Them daughters will do that to you, though. Them daughters will do that to you, man. I'm telling you.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Brew for being there, and matter of fact, and shout out to Brew for Brew sent out he ordered I got a mask from him and he sent it over for Toya for the
Oh, that's nice.
crossing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So shout out to Brew on, you know what I'm saying, on making sure, Toy got her mask, or you know what I mean. If y'all have seen anybody in the D9, if you've seen the mask, they're actual African masks that he's got a buddy over in Ghana that makes the mask, and so they're traditional African masks, and then for the D9 he does them up for the D9, so it's, you know what I mean, hers has got the green and the pink and it's got the AK on it. So and some years back I had got a alpha one, you know what I mean, so so shout out to Brew on those, you know what I mean. And if you're interested and you like one, plug in with him. But definitely he was all the way in Ghana and made sure I got it in time for her to to have for her crossing.
That's what's up, man. Man, Brew has been known over the years to just do stuff like that, man. He's a gifted gift giver for sure. And he does that for people, man. People
Well
that
said.
he loves, by the way.
Well, the gift was from me. The gift was from me, but he, you know what I mean, he made sure I got it.
Yeah,
All right. I like the clarity.
I don't know if y'all can see this meme, but that joint is
Oh my God. Oh, yo.
It's Diddy and the Venezuelan president.
Yeah.
He said they took his oil too, man.
Oh man. Yo. Yo. Time out, bro. Time out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like what is up with this world we live in right now, man? This is like a movie.
Yo,
this is like, it's like a movie, huh?
It's a Matrix, man.
Going down. You got this dude that's in power, just doing dumb stuff, and then you got people that are intelligent and smart, like backing this dude up. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is going to happen in 3.5 years? Like, what is our world going to look like?
We're gonna have to reset. The world's gonna have to reset, man. It's gonna have to reset. That's just. I think that's just where we at right now. And
The part I can't get is how unchecked it is. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you know, it's one thing to do something or have a plan to do something. It's another thing for it to be like, not going through due process, right?
yeah,
There's certain
that's the
things,
law. Yes.
certain things, you know, even at that level, require a vote or somebody. You know what I mean? Somebody, one of the legislative bodies, congressional to sign off on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just but to just have executive order to like kind of carte blanche do what he want to do is the part I'm not getting. You know what I mean?
You,
This
you
is
know.
this that's to me is the unprecedented part.
Yeah. You know when you
Yeah.
do what you want to do. And what he said? What somebody said? Who gonna check me? And I mean
Yeah,
that's pretty much
I'm
right.
I'm I'm conflicted. I gotta be honest, man. I'm conflicted about um the whole checks and balances thing, right?
Mm,
So for all of these years, right? You said it's unprecedented, right? But
mm,
for all of these years, like people have been following these policies and processes and procedures until now, right? And he's showing that all these policies and processes and procedures aren't really protecting our democracy because you can still do it, right? You can still get around it. Like he's
mm,
doing all of this stuff. And everything is reflective. Now we're saying, oh, you can't do that, but he already did it. We just keep saying you can't do that to things that he's already done and already has it's already had an impact on our I don't know, freedom, democracy, our military. Um, the president that says that he's not going back to war and he's solving all these wars, he deserves a peace prize, is now at war, right? So he's just doing what he wants to do. This administration is just doing what they want to do. And it's all part of a larger plan, to just go rogue and make these things happen because they're setting themselves up for something down the road. And that's just kind of where we are as a society. Hold on one second.
Interesting,
Quiet. Eli.
interesting about that point though, Isaac, is again, I think as much as his predecessors knew that if they wanted to, they could usurp the checks and balances. It's the fact that they did it. You know what I mean? Real power is is discipline, is control, it's self control.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like
Well, it
that's
depends.
the highest form of power. He
In a
operates.
democracy, yes, but like every country doesn't have a democracy either.
Agreed. But in a society where we say this is our governmental rule, is democracy, then you know what I mean. To usurp all of the processes is it just again it's unprecedented, and that to me is the concern. And then there's picking and choosing.
that's
People
dangerous.
are like, well, the Venezuelan president, he was a dictator, he was authoritarian because he lost the last election, and didn't transition to power, and I hear all that, but he also picks and chooses who he's going to do that with and to.
Yeah.
So I guess my argument is that yes, it is dangerous, and yes, it is wrong, and it's unprecedented. But my point is like he's making things happen, right? Now let's say that this was you can't say Barack Obama because he's black and he would have got impeached crazy early, right? But let's say this is a white Anglo-Saxon white dude with a great heart for people. And instead of waiting for the policies, for the processes, and for Congress to do all these things, he just started doing things that were good for the American people, right? And instead of going and bombing somebody, he's going and he's putting together, using resources to put together funds to feed the homeless or house the homeless, right? He's putting together federal dollars to do that. Like, what would the reaction still be the same to the fact that he's not following the policies and procedures?
But I think to a degree, because someone like part of the folks who are silent in all of the stuff that we see happening right now are they support decentralized government. They support the idea of like small government for them to be able to do what they want to do. There are some, there are some who believe that, and I'm not, and I wouldn't say that they're wrong. This is all about the oil reserves that Venezuela has and had, and then some years ago cut off from Exxon. So you know what I mean. This there's always my dad who wouldn't have minded. He did not mind the title conspiracy theorist. But he just said, I'm just not gonna. You just can't tell me anything. But he said, follow the money.
Always follow the money.
Follow the money.
Always.
And that will let you know. That will tell you what you need to know. And so the point is that when Venezuela, when they seized or locked down control of and they nationalized their oil reserves, that affected American companies, and so this re-seizing control benefits those same companies. So it's not just the geopolitical and aspects or dynamics of them being a power or anything like that, and there's a lot of factors that contribute to why this has happened. And I think prioritization of one of those would be the fact that those oil reserves tie into the larger economic picture.
Yo, you gotta watch. Have you ever watched the series Jack Ryan?
No.
Yeah.
So if you watch Jack Ryan, I think it was I forgot what season it was, but he talked about, because the guy Jack Ryan is like this professor, but he's also like a trained operative. But anyway, he was asking the class, he was like, so basically, like, what country do you think America should be worried about right now? And everybody said Russia, because that's usually the first thing that comes to mind, Russia. He was like, okay. Then he was like, China. And he was like, what's up? What's up, man?
On, guys?
What's going on
How's
with
it goody?
What's up, what?
How's everything?
This my first time on Bro Talk.
welcome, man.
My nephew, man, came by to see his old uncle here, man.
No, yeah, man, that's cool, man. Yo, also, man, nephew's a really, really good umpire, referee. So if y'all need him, man, for football, anything,
I try to
I'll
do
let your boy right there. I know you do a lot of things, but
keep
I
the
just
integrity of the game. That's it.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. He also did KJ's championship game too, by the way. So I wanted to shout you out.
Appreciate that.
So it's kind of interesting story about that. So we were at the Project Momentum Eureka final day presentation, and he texted me. He's like, "Yo, I'm at the game. I'm refereeing KJ's game, and Kareem is here." I was like, as soon as we leave RIT, I'm headed over. So yeah, you know what I mean. I got a chance to, we made it over in time to be able to catch Kareem and KJ and see my nephew as well.
Yeah, man. Good times right there.
Definitely.
Good times. Well, I think we at that time, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Start doing shout outs and everything like that. So who wanna start the shout outs?
Man, I'll get us going. I know, I got and again, y'all know, charges to my head, not my heart sometimes, so something to come back to me when Isaac or Kareem is giving shout outs. So if I come back, you know what I mean, just charge to my head, not my heart. But Want to first start out by giving Isaac already said, but happy birthday to Ava. You know what I mean? Just listen, is one, she's a January baby like me, so I'm partial to January babies. But happy birthday to Ava. Condolences to uh, the McCullough family. Bishop McCullough and my dad were contemporaries. They knew each other very well. They went back years, and so growing up, knowing they called back in the day they called it running buddies. You know what I mean? So they were really close, and so shout out to that to their family and everybody who knew and was connected to the McCullough family, because again, when you are the type of pillar he was in our community, pastor means spiritual father, natural father. I mean, mentor, leader. I mean, just so many capacities. So many people have been impacted by that great man of God, and are feeling his loss, the loss of him being no longer physically with us, and most especially again his wife, man, Miss Maggie. Again, you when you're married to somebody for that long, you lose your life partner, you know what I mean? So again, our prayers and condolences to the McCullough family, and to everyone who's recently lost a loved one. If y'all know Elder Ivan Thompson, whose son was a musical prodigy in this community, who passed some years ago. He just buried his mom this past weekend. So sending prayers and condolences to him as well. And I don't know if you all saw recently, Miss Deanna Dewberry, who's a local reporter here. She shared kind of the again, back to Isaac talking about kind of all of the impacts or the implications. Things don't just happen in a vacuum. So when something happens at the governmental level, federally, it trickles down. And one of the ways that it was felt was it impacted the travel of Miss Dewberry trying to make it, home to honor her father and bury her father. And so I was glad to see, I saw her Facebook post that she made it down, but to all of the transitions that she was put through and changes she was put through in order for that to happen. I really think it's important for us to know and understand that when things happen at the federal level, they don't just happen there. There's an effect, a trickle down effect, and so we really need to do something about the things that are happening. So that way these things, because that would have been tragic had she missed her father's services, but I'm glad that, that she didn't. And again, to anyone else who's lost a loved one recently, again, prayers and condolences to you. Shout out to everyone who made it into 2026. Let's be our best selves. You know what I mean? Not just, we was running with living our best life, right? For a while. Mm-hmm. Let's be our best selves in 2026 and beyond. So that way we can really, again, live that best life. To me, that's how we can live our best life, is be the best version of ourselves. Shout out to everyone who watched, who listened, is in the comments. Shout out to brother Andy Rose, you know what I mean, who's always, on it and listening. And again to all the spouses, but most certainly Miss Satoya. Listen, you know 2026 bringing about some new stuff when she in the comments, because she'll listen but she won't necessarily comment too often. So if she's starting out the year commenting, I say, hey, that's a win. That's a big win. And shout out to George Radney, Jay Gills, the Fanatic, man, my team over on the Real Deal Sports Show. They always, shout out Bro Talk on we shout out Bro Talk on the on the Real Deal Sports Show on Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. So, shout out to those guys, man. It's having a blast and excited about this week's show coming up. So, check us out.
All right.
Yeah, just two quick ones. Just wanted to shout out Mayor Evans on his inauguration for his next term, which happened on January 1st. It was actually a really good turnout for it to be the 1st of January. A lot of people with their families, but representatives from City Council, were definitely there. It's great to see the mayor's relationship with the county executive, Adam Bello, as well too. Like that's good, great for Rochester. To see them working together in lockstep. That's definitely just a dope experience for the county and the city to be working that closely together. So, and working with the city, I can say that it honestly has an impact because you can kind of see the alignment and staffing positions, and work, the work that's happening and legislation that's being passed through City Council, and how the county and the city are kind of always involved with things too. So definitely want to just say again, shout out to Mayor Evans on another successful 4 years ahead. And definitely look forward to the work that's going to happen. And then in support of that event, I definitely want to shout out the youth that participated through Youth Voice One Vision. Again, it's a holiday. It was a day that most people are with their families. It was New Year's Eve, so I'm sure a lot of them were up late the night before. On New Year's Eve, it was New Year's Day. But they all got up early. They were there to greet people as they were coming into the event, as well as serving as ushers, for the event too, and getting things set up to make sure it went smoothly. So I want to shout them out, and then of course I got to shout out the brothers of Phi Alpha who were there as well. Did a great job serving as ushers for the event, and making sure things ran smoothly. And brother Jermaine Myers, definitely want to give him kudos because that brother is everywhere. And when I say everywhere, it's from security jobs. It's just like events happening on the weekends. It's in support of Kareem. In support of other brothers that might be going through some things, and he's just always there, being a really supportive person as well. But yeah, for young people, like he's a super strong advocate for young people. And shout out to his organization, BMA, as well too, which is the organization I wanted to highlight today, for just really doing the work and making sure that young men have not just resources, but opportunities to really enjoy life. This is a show that we put together to be able to be a support to each other as men, but young men need that same support. So to have him serving as a mentor and creating opportunities for those young men is I definitely just wanted to shout out and give him some kudos as well too. I'll give a quick shout out to the Masons as well. There was a couple of them there at the event too, but the Alphas, we really came and we really showed out. So and then last but not least, everybody in my family. Ava, come here. Got to give a shout out, really special shout out to this young lady, 12-year-old Ava. She just turned 12.
Where did the time go?
So Toya, that's your Sephora buddy right there. But did you have a good time in New York?
Yeah.
That's it? Just yeah? She had a good time, guy. But yeah, shout out to Ava and all of her siblings that just came downstairs and were making mad noise during the whole entire show. Eli and Zoe are here as well too. And obviously I'll be remiss if I didn't shout out Tamia, who's upstairs doing her teenage girl thing. So shout out to them. And then to my beautiful wife who made all of this possible right here, who's about to get up in a few minutes because she got to go to work. and get that overtime pay. Y'all know how we do over here, man. We need it. We got 2 kids, so. But shout out to her for putting in those hours and just the love that she shows for us. So 40 kids, you're right. All right, stop talking.
Kareem, before you go, I told you I charged to my head, not my heart. I would be remiss, man. I know, people talk all the time about the horror stories that they have when it comes to in-law relationships and dynamics, and and then because the horror stories that people would have, that we started saying stuff like my in-loves instead of my in-laws, but because my experience has been the complete opposite of those horror stories, I say with a certain sense of pride and fulfillment, man, my in-laws, you know what I mean? So my mother-in-law is amazing, and she treat me like she birthed me. But so did my wife calls him Billy Goat, because this man, he's the GOAT, you know what I mean? Not once have I ever asked him, for something, and he drove me to Buffalo one time to catch a plane for a work trip. You know what I mean? He's just an outstanding man, example, father. You know what I mean? And today he hits a milestone birthday. He is 80 years old today.
Wow.
I saw that. Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Dad. Again, he don't do social media, so he probably won't see this, but it would be robbery to not get that man his due on today. Again, 80 is, and he healthier than, man, most of us. You know what I mean? Still work Saturday. Matter of fact, during the New Year's Day, we had a brunch at our house. Toy and I, we hosted brunch at our house, and when my mother-in-law got over here, she said, yeah, your dad he done already like snow blow 3 driveways, and he just again on the verge of turning 80, he out here, snow blowing driveways and stuff. I mean, he's that kind of man. You know what I mean? They don't make him like that anymore, and I love him. I love you, Dad, and happy birthday.
So, no doubt. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and close it out real quick.
Shout out to Brandy Hayes.
I knew you was gonna do that mess. I knew you was gonna do that. Brother Calvin.
Shameful, man.
Salute, brother. What's going on?
Calvin, what's good, bro?
You notice he only gave me a month. Then he gonna start this mess.
Back at it.
Back at it again. Transition.
Yo, I couldn't resist, bro. I couldn't resist.
Well, I'm gonna shout out my wife that I got laid on with. So shout out to you, man.
You gotta lay down with it. Like you got no other choice. No,
I ain't got to. I mean, I like to. I want to.
I like to do it.
Oh man. Well, I definitely
like
want to shout her out, man.
I want you.
Is it?
We can, yeah.
Was that life? What was that life? What was that from?
Nah, that was man. That was the Boondocks, man.
Oh yeah. We'll leave that one alone. So I want. Yeah, we're wilding right now. So, I want to shout out to my son and his team. Man, they won in overtime this past weekend in their first game. They were down by a good 10 points, and then they came back, tied the game up, and then the game was kind of back and forth from there. And man, then his team pulled off the win. So definitely want to shout them out for playing just a tough game and being able to overcome that challenge in overtime. So shout out to him and his teammates for that. I don't know if we did this already, but shout out to me because of my birthday. That was on December 30th.
Yeah, we definitely did that last week.
Oh, we did that. All right, cool. We did that.
I figured y'all did that last week.
Yeah,
No,
but
shout out to you though, Kareem, man.
definitely shout out to you, man. We ain't got to, you know what I mean. We ain't got to just do it once.
Appreciate it. And also want to shout out Shatara. Her birthday was this. Well, she had a birthday this weekend, but so definitely want to shout her out. Shout out to Delta Sigma Theta, Sorority Incorporated. Also, Fatima Bannister also had a birthday, so we want to shout her out. Our brother Ethan is also a fraternity brother of ours. For people that don't know, so definitely want to shout her out. And there was another thing, and it just left me. Oh my god!
Shout out, what is it? Candace and Conchia as well too. I believe they had birthdays.
Yep. Yeah, I did see Kinjia's. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my Dean's is coming up, but we can hit him next show.
Yeah. He's coming up. My Dean's coming up. So we ain't good company, man. But all right, everybody, I know it's late, and y'all ready to get in the bed. So there was no Monday Night Football tonight, was there?
Nah, it's playoff time.
Playoff
Let's go
time.
Giants, man. Let's go Giants.
Yeah. How about no.
How about the Giants, baby?
Let's just get a good pick.
With the 5th pick in
Oh,
the
here we go. We're going off
NFL draft, the New York Giants select.
This is gonna be another bum quarterback. That looks like Eli Manning.
I know who not winning the Super Bowl though.
Y'all ain't even got a coach right now.
I know who not winning the Super Bowl.
The Giants,
the 49ers.
Oh, you don't know that because we're actually in the playoffs.
That don't mean they gonna win the Super Bowl.
Hey, listen, you know what I mean? We have a very high motivation to get there because guess where the Super Bowl is being played this year?
Not in New York City.
That's right. It's being played. It's a home game for my Niners.
Oh, well, then they got to get there, then, man. So when they, I want to see what they do. But we can talk about that on another show. Everybody, have a good one. Support a black business. If you know somebody that's black and has a business, go ahead and support them. Don't ask them, why their prices the way they are. If you're gonna support them, just go ahead and support them. That's real talk right there.
And like, comment, follow, share, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Absolutely.
And we know y'all backstage watching. Give us a heart, a thumbs up, something. But tell somebody to tell somebody. And we appreciate you even if you don't tell nobody.
Yep.
Eli, I appreciate you too.
Eli, you gonna take us home? You gonna say bye to everybody?
Bye.
There we go. Everybody, good night.